Hi everyone, it's Tanya. Today we're going to do something a little different. I kind of have an idea for a card. I'm not sure if it's going to work. So I'm just going to have you craft right along with me, and if it works, I guess I'll post this video. If it doesn't, we will see. So what I have is I have my A2 card base ready to go. I am using the new Halloween Temu die set. It's called Layered Dots. So I've already cut that out, and I cut it out in black, a dark gray, and a light gray. So I'm going to set those aside. I also am using the bats, and I only am going to use 3 from the new Moonlight die set. And I already had those cut out, so I just colored them with my alcohol markers, but you could cut them from black cardstock. I also cut some circles out, and I just used my Sizzix nesting dies for these. So I used this, I think it is the 3rd smallest one. I used that for this piece, and that's what I think I'm going to be stamping on. I cut a frame out using the 3rd and 4th largest ones, and I had just taped those together and cut it out. So that made this, and I saved this piece because I may use that. I don't know yet. I cut a whole bunch of the leaves out. So this is from the new set, Artsy Leaves. I cut 4 of each of this, this one, and this one. So these 3, I cut 4 of each of, and then I cut 3 of each of the centers to use. And I don't know that I'll use them all, but I have them in my little bowl just in case. Now, I will tell you, I cut these from my scraps of Temu paper that I have. I mentioned this before, I keep all of my scraps. Here is my bag of Temu paper scraps. And I just cut these from that. You can use whatever cardstock you want. You can use inked cardstock. You could do the from backgrounds you had left over, or you could use gel prints, whatever you want. I just like saving my cardstock and using it. I don't like wasting cardstock. So I cut a bunch of those out to use from that. So just for reference, these are the 3 that I cut out of the actual leaves. So like I said, I cut 4 of each of these out. The only other thing I have out that I may use is I have some gems. Now I did get these from Temu. If I can link them, I will. I'm not sure they still have them. That stuff sells out pretty quickly. But if they do still have them, I will try to link those. And I have out the new Halloween sketchbook stamp set. I'm thinking about using one of the sayings from this. I'm thinking the feeling wicked is what I might use. So I have that out to use, and I forgot to get my stamping platform out, but that's okay. I'll get that in a minute. So my idea for this card is I want to glue these together like they're supposed to be, and then add the circle as just my reference point, and then make like a wreath and add the bats to it and put the saying in the center. So we're going to see how this turns out. Let me grab my stamp platform and we'll get started. Okay, I've got my stamp platform and I have that sitting off to the side. I also went ahead and separated all my leaves by shape and have them sitting off to the side with my bats and my circles. But I think the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and glue these together. So I have my Barely Art glue here ready to go. And I'm going to go ahead and start with the gray layer. The dark gray layer, I should say, because it's 2 gray layers. I'm just going to add some glue to that. And I'm not going to use a lot because I also think I may add some stitching to this. So I want to get this centered onto this black piece. That's good. Well, it's a little bit more to that side, but honestly, don't know. Yeah, I know that's going to bother me, so I'm going to fix it. That's better. I knew that would bother me, so I'm fixing it. Okay, now you can do the top layer two ways. So you could do it this way. You could flip it and do it this way. Just depends on how much of what you want to show. So I think I like it better this way. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to add some glue. And is that how I had it? Yes, I think so. Let's hope so. If not, it's down now. We're just going to live with it. Okay, so I've got that down. Now what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to go and stitch around this, so I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back and I have sewed around this. So you can see I still got some threads hanging off that I'll just snip off real quick. You could leave these if you want. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I just cut them off. And you can sew as neatly or as messy as you want. You don't have to sew it all. But I thought adding a little stitching to this one would be neat. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start working on this piece here. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to glue that to the top yet. We're going to hold off on that and we're just going to work on building the wreath first. So as I said, I've cut 4 of each of these, and what I'm going to do is kind of lay these out so I can see the colors that I have here. I'm going to leave, that's going to be my starting one. I'm just going to go ahead and kind of put these off to the side. So make sure I keep them in the order that they're supposed to go. I think that's right. Okay, if not, it will be fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a little bit of glue here, and that's where we're going to start. And I'm not going to glue it all the way because I want to be able to tuck that leaf under there. I also want to kind of keep it more towards the center, like that. Okay. So I'm just going to add a little bit of glue here. Now that we got our wreath shape, I'm going to add in just some of these other elements, and I'm going to work with all 3 of the same one at the same time. That way I can get them spread out a little more evenly. And again, I'm just going to put a little glue at the bottom, and this one still has a little piece of circle stuck in there. Let's pop that out. And then I'm just going to tuck these in like this. And what I'm going to try to do is just tuck them in and space them out kind of evenly. Overdo this wreath, but I really kind of like these, and I kind of wanted to put these in, but I don't know, because like I said, I don't want to overfill it. Let's see, what do I think if I don't do it? Will it look good without it? Honestly, I think that's enough. So I think that's where we're going to stop with those. So I'll just save these and use them for a different project. Okay, so to give you an idea, here is my plan. And I'm thinking I'm going to glue this to the back also to give it a little extra lift. So I think I'm going to glue this brown piece to the back of here, back into there where it goes. But I'm going to put this in there. Maybe, do I want the brown piece in there? Let's see. Real-time crafting here. Decision making. I think I do, because I think it's just going to look better. So let's see. That's gonna go there. Let's get that in there where we know it's gonna go. Lay it down. Okay, so if that's gonna go there, I want this to go in my center. So let's kind of get that where we know it's gonna need to go. Kind of like that. Okay. I'm just gonna take, hopefully we got that nice and centered. We'll test it out real quick. Oh, it's catching on everything. Okay, I think that's going to be good. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and stamp my saying in here. And for that, I'm going to go ahead and use some archival ink. And I think we're going to use the feeling wick. We're going to just stick this in here. Feeling, oh, I don't know what that is. Try to get that centered. I just stamp that until I get it nice and dark. Okay, so what I want to do now is I think I'm going to put some foam tape onto the back of my wreath, and I'm going to center that on here. So I have some leftover scraps from other stuff that I've cut off, and I'm just going to try to use as much of this as possible first instead of cutting new. Let's see. There's a teeny piece. Okay, I don't want the white ones. I just want the black ones. Yes. Okay. And you honestly don't need this to go all the way around the wreath. Just enough to pop it up off the card. And again, I'm just using some scraps that I had here of foam tape because I saved all those little itty bitty pieces of that also. Foam tape is way too expensive to waste any. Okay. Plan is going to be to make sure we center this as best as possible. Here, like that. There we go. Now, we're just going to add some glue. And we're going to pop this into the center of this card, like that. Now, let's see, where do we want to put the bats? I'm thinking I kind of like him there at the top, and I thought I would like him better at the bottom, but I don't. Okay, let's see. Oh. Kind of think I like this. Okay, for my big bat, I'm going to go ahead and put some foam tape on his body. Attach this to our card front. Okay. So now we're just going to glue this to the front of the card like that. And I'm not using foam tape to attach this because I think it has enough dimension with the wreath and the bats. And as always, everything that I'm using today, I will link in the description box below. Like I said, the gems, if I use those, are from Temu. It's a great place to grab some like accessories, gems. I've got some really nice ink cloths from there that work great. Storage stuff. I love that their storage stuff. I have gotten a ton of storage containers from them. Okay, so there is it. There it is on the card front, and I've got something up. Oh, let me go. I'm going to put just a tiny bit of glue on this wing here and right under where that foam tape is, because that piece is lifting up where the foam tape is. Okay, now my next question is if I want to add gems or not. And I don't know. I really like these, and I'm questioning if I want to use them, though. They would give a little extra color to it. And we could just put a couple on here. Do I want any on the actual wreath? That one's flipped over. I am not a fan. No, I think they just get lost when you put them on the wreath. I think maybe just a few in the center will be, and I just dump those out. Yes. This is about right for the way things have been going today. I am going to grab a piece of stick-it note and pick them up with that. I find this is one of the easiest way to pick up these tiny gems when you do this. As you can tell, this is not my first time spilling these. Those are really sticking to my mat here. Let me see if I can loosen them up a little bit, because they are really like hanging onto my mat. Okay. These, let's try this. These are like sticking to my silicone mat. Okay, let's close those before I mess up again and spill them out. Okay, now we'll glue these down. Just a little bit of glue. I am having a time today, it seems, with crafting. I was cutting out all of those leaf shapes this morning, and I had two of them taped together, and I couldn't find them. And I searched and searched, and I was crawling around my floor in the craft room like, where did these leaves go? And I keep looking, and I'm like, I don't know where they are. And I get back up, and they're sitting on top of my switch machine. And then when I went to sew the card, oops, I found a gem. When I went to sew the card, I could not find my black thread. I had took it out of my sewing box and was using it in the craft room, and I thought I put it back, and I searched and searched. I searched the craft room, searched the sewing box, searched everywhere, eventually found it. It was in my box of ribbon for some reason. It's just been one of those days. I will say that if I was to do it again, I probably would go around the inside with some inking. I should have done that. But all in all, it looks really good. This kind of matches the card base, so I like that. It's got a very like vintagey, almost quilted kind of look with all the different card stocks and colors and patterns. I kind of like that. So here we are, finished card. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. And please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Like I said, the links will be below. All but the Temu ones will be affiliate links. They do help me to keep this channel going and help me to keep putting content out there. So anytime you click and purchase from those links, it definitely helps, and it is very much appreciated. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.